Chapter 1 of War. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Becky Cook. War by Pierre Loti. Translated by Marjorie Laurie. Chapter 1. A Letter to the Minister of Marine. Captain J. Viaud of the Naval Reserve to the Minister of Marine. Rochefort, August 18th, 1914. Sir, when I was recalled to active service on the outbreak of war, I had hopes of performing some duty less insignificant than that which was assigned to me in our dockyards. Believe me, I have no reproaches to make, for I am very well aware that the Navy will not fill the principal role in this war, and that all my comrades of the same rank are likewise destined to almost complete inaction from mere lack of opportunity, like myself doomed, alas, to see their energy sapped, their spirits in torment. But let me invoke the other name I bear. The average man is not as a rule well versed in naval regulations. Will it not, then, be a bad example in our dear country, where everyone is doing his duty so splendidly, if Pierre Loti is to serve no useful end? The exercise of two professions places me as an officer in a somewhat exceptional position, does it not? Forgive me, then, for soliciting a degree of exceptional and indulgent treatment. I should accept with joy, with pride, any position whatsoever that would bring me nearer to the fighting line, even if it were a very subordinate post, one much below the dignity of my 5 rows of gold braid. Or, on the other hand, in the last resort, could I not be appointed a supernumerary on some ship which might have a chance of seeing real fighting? I assure you that I should find some means of making myself useful there. Or, finally, if there are too many rules and regulations in the way, would you grant me, sir, while waiting until my services may be required by the fleet, liberty to come and go, so that I may try to find some kind of employment, even if it be only ambulance work? My lot is hard, and no one will understand that the mere fact that I am captain in the Naval Reserve dooms me to almost complete inaction, while all France is in arms. Signed, Julien Viaud. Pierre Loti. End of Chapter 1. Chapter 2 of War. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information, or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Becky Cook. War by Pierre Loti. Translated by Marjorie Laurie. Chapter 2. To Poor Little Nestlings of Belgium. August 1914. One evening a train full of Belgian refugees had just entered the railway station of one of our southern towns. Worn out and dazed, the poor martyrs stepped down slowly, one by one, onto the unfamiliar platform where Frenchmen were waiting to welcome them. Carrying with them a few articles of clothing, caught up at haphazard, they had climbed up into the coaches, without so much as asking themselves what was their destination. They had taken refuge there in hurried flight, desperate flight from horror and death, from fire, mutilations unspeakable, and Sadic outrages. Such things, deemed no longer possible on earth, had been brooding still, it seemed, in the depths of pietistic German brains, and, like an ultimate spewing forth of primeval barbarities, had burst suddenly upon their country and upon our own. Village, hearth, family, nothing remained to them. Without purpose, like waifs and strays, they had drifted there, and in the eyes of all lay horror and anguish. Among them were many children, little girls whose parents were lost in the midst of the conflagrations or battles, aged grandmothers, too, now alone in the world, who had fled scarce knowing why, clinging no longer to life, yet urged on by some obscure instinct of self-preservation. The faces of these aged women expressed no emotion, not even despair. It seemed as if their souls had actually abandoned their bodies and reasoned their brains. Lost in that mournful throng were 2 quite young children, holding each other tightly by the hand. 2 little boys, evidently 2 little brothers. The elder, 5 years of age perhaps, was protecting the younger, whose age may have been 3. No one claimed them, no one knew them. When they found themselves alone, how was it that they understood that if they would escape death, they, too, must climb into that train? Their clothes were neat, and they wore warm little
Sample complete. Ready to continue?